Simon is doing what is almost never done in a simulator, deliberately allowing his aircraft to crash. And the assumption at this point is that nobody's in control of the plane.
Yeah.
It's just autopilot.
So we're not going to touch it, we'll just watch and see what happens. So 5 miles to go, just 35 seconds.
After flying for 7.5 hours, the plane is at the very limit of its range as it runs out of fuel. We're entering the death dive.
This is the point. Turn that engine off. You've lost all your instruments, which is correct.
Within a matter of seconds, it begins a catastrophic dive from which there will be no recovery.
The speed's washing off now even more because we've lost that engine, and now it's starting to turn.
Even in a simulator, it is a sobering experience.
Speed's now coming up. Warning is saying bank angle. This is overspeed warning, not pull up, terrain. It's now saying you're going to hit the ground at this rate of descent. You've got 10,000 feet to go. It's still accelerating, so it's probably supersonic now in this particular. Okay, we're going to crash now though. That's it. Okay. Stop. That's pretty horrible, isn't it?
From cruising altitude to ocean surface, it's all over in less than 2 minutes, putting the plane not far from where it finally ran out of fuel. How far did we travel?
We travelled 11.9 miles from the time the second engine failed.
Do you think what we've just shown actually happened?
I don't think it happened, no, because I think that somebody was controlling the aircraft to the end. The death dive thing isn't realistic as far as I'm concerned.
So that then leaves another scenario.
Well, it leaves the scenario that this was a mission by one of the crew to hide the aircraft as far away from civilization as possible.
Now we run the counter scenario. Taking into account the ATSB's calculation of a high-speed descent, could MH370's pilot have pulled out of the so-called death dive? And how much further could he have flown before landing on the water?
So we're coming up to the second engine failure point. That's now at...
Within moments of the second engine running out of fuel, we're once again spiralling into what looks like a catastrophic dive.
5,000 feet a minute, 6,000, 8,000, 9,000, there's full-scale deflection, so now I'm going to recover the aircraft.
Only this time, in the skilled hands of a pilot, the plane is brought back under control.
The speed's coming back.
With no power and the most rudimentary of controls, the Boeing 777 is actually flying again.
So now we're just flying with no engines, we're just a huge glider.
You seem to pull the plane out of that death dive effortlessly. Is that because we're in a simulator, or can you do that as a pilot?
Yeah, you can do it. I think if you put any pilot here, he would be able to do the same thing.
Our journey to the ocean surface will take a full 9 minutes and add nearly 100 nautical miles to our flight.
500 feet, 300 feet, 100 now.
Peter Griffin here.
And that's crashed. That's it.
A controlled crash that raises fundamental questions about the central assumption that guided the search for MH370.
The total travelled is 88.4, which puts us way outside the search area that is currently being done. So if you ask me, has there ever been a chance of finding the aircraft, the answer is no.
Whether MH370 was under the control of its captain Zaharie Ahmad Shah until the very end is the question dividing the Situation Room, with Martin Dolan adamant the ATSB's 25 nautical mile search corridor is still the most likely.
The width along the arc of the likely location of the aircraft, no one is arguing.
Okay. Let's go like this.
What we continue to have...
I'm arguing.
Okay, you feel free to argue, Simon. some people are arguing. We remain confident in the quality of the mathematical analysis of those signals.
What are you arguing, Simon?
Well, I'm arguing if the ATSB have said that the end-of-flight scenario could be that there's somebody there, then it's going to go way beyond 25 nautical miles if someone's flying it. You can see there's a dark area there, which is the Goldfinch fracture zone, which runs up through the whole area. My calculation said it's in there. And so all I wanted was to go another 40, 50 miles. It's simple. It's obvious. It's an obvious thing to do. It's an obvious place to search.
So, Martin, why not look there? Why not search that area if it's so simple, so obvious?
So we didn't dismiss that out of mind, and we were weighing up a range of different evidence.
For Martin Dolan and the ATSB's
On
long-held
something else.
focus on an unpiloted, uncontrolled dive, this is the moment of truth. If you accepted that there was a pilot controlling the plane at the end, wouldn't the most likely search area be different?
Yes.
So I accept you have to prioritise. So did you get your priorities wrong?
If we don't end up finding the aircraft in the search area, then the conclusion is that we focused on the wrong set of priorities. Yes.
Martin's admission has huge implications for the search and the motivation for Captain Zahari's mysterious flight south. So I guess the question is, if Captain Zahari was intent on committing suicide, why would he fly the plane for another 6 hours?
He did it for the vine.
Simple as that. He was taking it to a predestination, someplace that he had planned to take it, and he flew that 6 hours to get it there. The airplane on the bottom of the ocean right now, as I see it, the fuselage is in one piece, the left wing is still on it, the right wing may be off, the engines are separate, but you basically have 4 pieces of airplane down there. It's not scattered all over the bottom of the ocean.
Larry Vance believes MH370 is still largely intact because he's sure Captain Zahari ditched it deliberately. In more heroic circumstances, other pilots have proved that a water landing is possible. The images of the miracle on the Hudson, US Airways Flight 1459's crash landing on New York's Hudson River in 2009 are unforgettable. Another infamous water landing, Ethiopia Airlines Flight 961, hijacked and out of fuel, captured on amateur video. Miraculously, 50 of the 175 people aboard survived. Even in the worst conditions, controlled water landings can leave the plane largely intact with little wreckage. And the wreckage so far recovered from MH370 may be further evidence it was piloted to the end and was not a high-speed impact. Larry, for